Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it all comes down to this. Game number one and the final best of three of the absolute final of the absolute greatest teams we've seen in the Wild tournament so far for the Wizard $500 Cup. Ravishing to get joined here by Andy Farborough, and we got all of our champs locked in. And for Black Camel, we expected nothing less.
Oh, yeah. It's all coming together. We see the Aurelian Soul on Mulesor once again. The Jana and Asami and Black Camel. They're not here to play. They're here to go home as early as possible. While Kismet, oh, they're going to be shocked. But the Shyvanas once again here. We see the Diana, Garen, Corky, Braum. It's just a very solid composition. I believe they already brought this same composition before. But at the same time, Black Camel is just so good at this point. They're so good at cementing their leads. They're so good at just snowballing so fast. So, stylistically, these teams won in very different ways. We're gonna have to see how they just fare against each other. Will Kismet be good enough to just hold back on the aggressiveness to stop Black Camel from snowballing those leads, or will we just see more of the same by Black Camel as the series progresses?
I believe you were mentioning it too, right? We don't want to see Kismet fall into Black Camel's sort of tempo or pace of the game because they play hard and fast here. They do not hold back a single punch at all. In fact, I believe Black Camel's hands are ready to eat for everyone, and they're ready for all of Kismet to catch them.
Oh yes, they are. Asami already showing his AP Leona. Just the summon area in a single Zephyr already removes almost a third of Zach's HP, and the Aurelian Soul is not going to let him catch a break. This matchup is very favorable for the giant Celestial Dragon, and Zach, I guess the moon is not really a star, is it?
I mean, you know what, man, bro? Considering I talked about winds and water earlier, you can believe whatever you want.
I see. Yeah, that's fine.
But for all of you watching, no, the moon is not a star. The moon is it is actually a celestial body that is alive right now and helping all of the Earth function.
That is true. But at the same time, I believe Aurelian Soul will just toss her around in the same way, so you know?
Yes, sir. Now, one thing I do want to call back to is that we saw Mob right now just pushing just an entire previous game. I don't believe it'll be possible for this one, but considering he has a favorable matchup going into the Camille, that top side should still definitely be in Kismet's favor. But what they decide to do with it will be interesting, though. I want to see also how the Shyvana really makes impact in this game, because we saw in the first game that they had before for Kismet, it didn't really get to pop off until about the mid game. But considering we know how Black Camel plays, that mid game will be the end game, as already they are just aggressive upon the bot side.
Yeah, they're unrelenting, not only on the bot side, but also in the mid lane. And right now, even Alloy is getting the best out of this Garen-Camille matchup that we have seen over and over, just favoring the Garen, but he's a level behind.
Yes, somehow too, focusing more on the trading rather than the farming. My brother, yo, friend, I know it's tempting to finally get priority in lane. As a weak side, I understand. Once you're able to see past your first turret, it becomes addicting. But yo, you gotta remember, you have to actually try to fight and get gold in your pocket. As right now we see Black Camel go for the same sort of invade we saw before outside of Easy Clap. But their own jungle gets caught up and is able to walk away just fine.
Yeah, just fine. Black Camel does try that invade. It ends up not amounting to anything. But at the same time, Kismet, they're not being proactive at all. They're just getting destroyed in lane, and they don't really know what to... Ooh, nice, unbreakable. But still, they don't really know what to do about this aggressiveness. They haven't been put to test yet, I guess. But the dragon will be the deciding factor, as usual, as we've seen so far throughout the day. Right, it was not, pun not intended, but at the same time, the Mountain Drake should be up soon, and then we'll see the great team fighting Black Camel, or will we?
Right now, actually, really good Monsoon to push them all away, just complete this engage for the fight. That was actually, Asami, that was so smurf.
I just love it. This just Asami is just completely baffling me game after game. And Nielser has the advantage here in the mana and the HP, but also the Garen just has the priority on the top side. He manages to get away from his island for a little bit and find his way onto the mid lane, but to no avail. 20 seconds for the dragon now. Both dragon lanes are now getting over to their own base, trying to get as many items as they can, because the next fight is gonna hurt for one of the teams.
Right now, Bob actually has to flash out to it here, because more than likely, if he gets slowed as well by the E, he would definitely have been like locked down by the ultimatum. But he's staying alive for a bit too long here yet again. There it is, misses the crit though. No.
Unlucky. Oh, but he's still going for it. Oh, he's cornered.
It has the flash shot. If he had the hook shot, I prefer the flash was necessary, but maybe just for extra sort of insurance that he gets himself back under tower. A-okay, why are you walking up? Oh, alright, fine, give him with the grass.
You know, Shabuna doesn't have ultimate, I guess. The Fury bar is still not there. But they're gonna try for the dive in. That's so strange. But in the meantime, in the mid lane, I guess that Black Camel are getting far ahead. But Zac does not fall.
They're still, Arborazzo observers to go back to top side real quick, is they're still trying to aggress upon the Camille, and there it is, he had to fight under this tower. What are they doing? Now comes the Aurelian Soul, it's gonna easily take the fight away. Mob is dead, they take away the kill. Why? Nani? Doshite? Q? That was why in 4 different languages.
That is just, I have no idea. Black Camel being Black Camel. ¿Por qué? That just doesn't make sense.
6, pourquoi? 7.
Pourquoi? Even Spanish. ¿Por qué? It's just all Spanish, Portuguese. Doesn't matter. Still, it's just a dive just gone completely wrong. Black Camel get the better of it. They get Alloy 2 quick kills for this Camille. They also got the Drake while all that time was being spent by Kismet, and now their gold lead can become unsurmountable real fast, as we've seen.
Right at the back though, although he doesn't get knocked down to anybody, it's he's kind of stuck, locked down, and dead. Okay.
No.
Alright, and bye, I guess. Well, sheesh.
It's just happening time and time again. The Shyvana gets dove in the mid lane without the turret even going down. Black Camel, these people probably have families.
It's, bro, like, I just keep thinking, because I'm getting caught off guard so often by what I think is going to happen just never actually ends up happening. I was the kid was gonna get out alive. And for example here, Mob doesn't have flash, he should be okay. I went on a trade. Oh, he actually do just where the true damage lands on, but it doesn't matter because trade comes in because Camille's boss set for some reason, which is the craziest part of all this. But
okay, it's not over.
We're not stopping at all. So Kathy and Rain, will not result in a kill at all. Whipple will still die. Those stars are dodging out on him. Finally lines them up, and guess what for the Aurelian Soul? But at least 2 go back into the pocket of Kismet as they look towards repair.
They do, but that was very mechanically interesting to observe the Garen versus Vi. Vi was just running him down, yes, but at the same time, the moment that Garen popped the Mass Injustice to try to win that conflict, the Assault Battery comes up, it cancels that ultimate, it gains a little bit of time, and if one more auto, a little gust of wind was helping Vi at that point, that could have been a completely different outcome. But unfortunately, the Vi does fall, and if the Camille wasn't around, the Garen would have made it unscathed. Still, Rift Herald goes over to Black Camel, and they can snowball even further.
Oh, Killer Instinct, and he's just gone. Yeah.
Well, Dragon Slayer Kaisa, I guess.
Ha ha ha! Very nice. That's 2 claps for you, sir, for that. Hop, as Zac will also die in a little bit. 2 more claps here. No, he stays alive. What? He gets out? Okay. Oh, shout out to him for somehow just becoming invisible in the middle of all these people fighting, and they all disengage.
Well, I guess Zac just makes it out with the 50 gold of the assist, but his Baron lane is in shambles.
Unfortunately, so as This is where Kismet had their own advantage in the previous game. Rift Herald would just barely not get the second charge off onto the in-hip turret. Could have been quite bad, but the lane's still pushing in their favor. And now Kismet, we were saying to them that they did not want them falling into the pace that Black Camel likes to play. Black Camel just very hard, fast, and loose sometimes for all these coin flip plays, but because of the execution that you spoke about here before, that's like just how well they will just go in and win on some of these fights. Doesn't necessarily matter, but maybe Kismet right now, they can punch the dragon. Nope, it's just dead. Easy clap is dead. But they continue to go in as well. The back assaulted battery onto Kivo, the heal will not necessarily save him because you see alloys there as well. The one gone, gifted over to the Kaisa just like that. It's just mob left because on the other side of the map he was just spawning an unofficial ace going over to Black Camel in a matter of seconds.
And I don't think there's much mob can do about this, so okay.
Oh, we'll at least get one killer back, but we'll die in the process. At least Monsoon will tot them all up, but they cannot get the tower. No, yes, they can. Here comes the wave.
Yes, they can. They got the wave. They got everything they need. And the Shyvana's just chilling in the jungle, trying to get Jackie out of position.
Okay, we're able to do so. The fire breath lands on him. He's spitting hot fire. No way. Does he kite this? A couple more to be able to do it? No. Doesn't really get it. If that stack actually lands onto him, it might have been in their favor. But still, 1-for-1 trade, which is how Black Camel has been playing consistently. Even if you take one head, two more will grow.
Yeah, you know how that happened? The Kaisa missed the Void Seeker when Shyvana was in melee range, so it actually ended up mattering in the end. Once again, these little mechanical things just making an entire difference in a single 1v1. But Black Camel are still 12.5k ahead, so I guess it really didn't make a difference.
Right now, it just depends on them if and how they decide to close out the game, which is really where I find Black Camel is kind of struggle because they continue to take these team fights and they're waiting for Kismet to make a mistake. But Kismet right now falling, if they just step a bit too far forward, if they're up against a 2v1, might be troubles. Look at the top side, looking to possibly going on to easy clap, who takes a lot of damage. Immediately he's just gone. Garen cannot even save his jungler at all, as he'll likely fall as well. It lands the voice secret point blank there though, and you get a double.
I mean, it's hard to hit, it's hard to not hit a standing target, so I guess Garen just gave up on his life there, and Kismet are already shouting go next, I would assume.
Yeah, Monster will push them all the way as we had to back away Valkyrie inside his own base as a Sami that's starting to pop up for himself. All those AP items are going to be absolutely huge right now too, as they're breaking as we know half the towers of Kismet too. They can do nothing to spawn at the back. They come in, 5 punches, knocks him up, takes him down. See you later, sayonara, Johnny. At the back, no, actually, a tomato too. Locked out another mob though, trying to flex his muscles. It's another ace for Black Camel. That's game number 1. My God.
Wow, this is just completely destructive for Kismet. They were not used to teams challenging them this way. Black Camel are just, I guess, showing that bigger brawn is better than a bigger brain.
That was gross. That was 11 minutes.
Yes,
It didn't matter at all what they did. And of course, Jackie given the MVP here, man. No, Kismet tried to respond, but I found that half the kills they actually even got really given over because Black Camel decided that they could take some 2v1s, which they might not have been able to. And like you were mentioning, some mechanical misplays from them.
Yeah, they really didn't matter in those 1v1s, the way that those mechanical misplays really came about, because they're just so good working as a unit, and the way that they just find these little pockets of opportunity where they know that it will give them eventually a net positive when it comes to gold. They just know every chance that they need to take, and Black Camel are just putting a clinic out here in the Wizard Cup.
You can see why these guys have been an almost near perfect run throughout the entire time, why they've been so dominant in this tournament with the hobby games we've seen out of them, bro. Like you were mentioning, they keep on sewing up these victories too. It is almost surgical with the way they execute onto the Rift, but it's almost like you could say they're very good at the game. That's just straight up it. Wow, I
That is
know.
a bold statement, Ravish?
Wow, I know. I'm a man who likes to speak with his chest, and I'm a dreamer by far. But when it comes down to it, I like spitting facts, though. Like Shavana spits fire, my brother. But I believe we do have a couple of clips to see some of the fire we saw in that game.
Oh, yes, we do. And coming over towards the first clip, it was the beginning of the end, I guess, for Kismet. They just got absolutely annihilated here by Alloy, completely alone, with Jackie following up with the flash. They just get so many kills at once. It's the unofficial ace where Garen just gets out of base with double buff and just really doesn't know what to do at that point. It's just so easy for Black Camel, or so it seems.
Yes, and we will see that second clip loading up too, as that's pretty much the falling of the coffin at the back of it too, because they saw this fight, and then 500 picks happen across the map, and between 2v1s, Black Camel and Kismet, and then you have the ending team fight. And that's the greatest part. Black Camel don't fight; they just take picks, get items, and win.
Yeah, that's basically what they do. As we can see here, they just run them down, and Jackie is just so strong at this point. The turret comes down. Meanwhile, in the Dragon Lane, we see Camille also running it down to that same inhibitor turret, and Kivo, he can't just Valkyrie forward there. The package, as we could see, had literally just come out, and the Corki could actually try to turn it around with that. He didn't play to his win cons, and then the Nexus just fell swiftly.
And consider we're going on the trend of different languages. C'est la vie towards Kismet, though, but we'll have to see if they can bring it back going into the next game. Their final chance to come out on top and put you to game number 3, or will Black Camel take it all? Find out after these messages.
Ooh, wait, we have a little.
Oh, you are correct.
Right now, we have a little thing to give all of you who are currently tuning in. We have a giveaway given to us by the amazing Wizard. And if you don't know what Wizard is, Ravish, what is Wizard?
Let me take you through real quick. Wizard is a new type of social media video app powered by AI with the hottest game, videos, voice chat, and team finder all in one singular place, nonetheless, where creators and communities come together to watch, listen, and talk with each other in real time, like you and I are right now.
Wow.
I know.
And the same Wizard is going to give 3 different Discord Nitros. And when will we find out? Right after the break. Those 3 lucky winners are going to get free Discord Nitros. So stick around.